Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're going to look at something pretty wild, how the world's biggest shirt maker had to basically reinvent itself from scratch when its entire business just vanished, literally overnight. You see, for decades, Eskel Group was the name in high-quality cotton shirts. We're talking the undisputed king. They were the secret engine, the company behind so many of the big brands you probably have in your closet right now. And then, bam, 2020 hits and a crisis unfolds that threatened to wipe them off the map. A single decision by the US government just vaporized the heart of their business. Gone, just like that. So you gotta ask, right? How does a giant like that survive something so existential? Well, the answer is genuinely fascinating. It all comes down to these investments they'd been making for decades. Investments that were hiding in plain sight. And they were about to pay off in a way nobody, not even Eskel themselves, could have ever predicted. Okay, let's dive in. To really get this comeback story, you first have to understand just how massive the crisis was. I mean, this nearly brought the whole company down. So here's what happened. Back in 2020, the US government put Eskel on something called the Entity List. Now, this is a serious trade restriction list. For Eskel, this meant they were effectively banned from selling to their biggest, most profitable markets in the US and Europe. And that was their lifeline. Their entire business model, the high-quality, high-margin orders, it all depended on that access. And poof, the tap was shut off. So to figure out how they could possibly pull through this, we've got to rewind a bit. You see, their power, their reputation for quality, it wasn't an accident. It was all built, very carefully, on a strategy known as vertical integration. I mean, these guys were absolutely obsessed with quality. And to guarantee they could make the perfect shirt every single time, they did something brilliant. They worked their way backward down the supply chain. From selling the shirt, to making the garment, to weaving the fabric, to spinning the yarn, all the way back to literally researching and growing their own cotton seeds. Think about that. It gave them a level of control that was just unheard of. But here's the thing. While all of us just saw a really, really good shirt maker, behind the scenes, Eskel was building something totally different, something driven by the core values of the founding family. Yeah, they made these three huge long-term bets on things most of their competitors would just write off as, costs, or maybe nice-to-haves. Little did anyone know, these costs would become the very keys to their survival. It came down to three things: the planet, their people, and just a relentless drive for progress through technology. Okay, so take their investment in the planet, for example. They started building their own super advanced wastewater treatment plants 20 years ago, long before anyone was forcing them to. At the time, it looked like a crazy expense, right? But today, that technology is so good, they actually sell it to other companies. They turned a cost center into a profit center. And then there's the people part. This story is just incredible. Back in 2014, there were these riots in Vietnam targeting foreign factories. But at Eskel's plant, the local employees literally formed a human shield to protect it. They were holding up signs that said, "It's our factory." Because of that, they were back up and running in 2 weeks. Their competitors? It took them months. You just can't buy that kind of loyalty. And finally, progress. Let's talk R&D. You have to understand, this wasn't just some textile company. It was basically a tech company hiding in a textile company's body. I mean, they hold over 1,900 patents. They were pouring money into AI and automation, not just to be a little more efficient, but to completely reinvent how manufacturing is done. So fast forward, their main business gets crippled, and suddenly it was time for all these hidden investments, these secret weapons to come out of the shadows. This crisis forced them into a massive radical pivot. They went from being a manufacturer that just used cool tech to becoming a full-blown innovation company that sells its technology and its knowledge as the main event. And you can literally see this new identity at their incredible campus in Gwilym. It was originally built as kind of a showcase for sustainability. Now, it's a profit center. They host corporate retreats, university programs, basically teaching other people the very lessons in green innovation that they had to master to survive.
So, what does the new Eskel look like? Let's break down their new business model, and trust me, it's a world away from where they started.
Okay, so it's built on three main pillars now. First, they still make high-quality clothes for other brands. Second, they're building their own brands, selling directly to people like you and me. But it's this third pillar that is the real game changer. They're selling their R&D. They're actually commercializing the tech they spent decades perfecting for themselves. We're talking those water treatment systems, multi-million-dollar automated production lines, even AI design tools. It's incredible. So, what's the big takeaway here? Why does this story matter so much? It's this. All those things that look like costs on a balance sheet, sustainability, R&D, taking care of your employees, they turned out to be the most valuable, crisis-proof assets they had. It's what allowed them not just to survive, but to come out of this whole thing even stronger.
And it kind of leaves you with this big question, right? In a world that's so unpredictable, where does a company's real value lie? Is it in the things it makes, or is it in what it knows? For Eskel, figuring that out was literally a matter of life and death. And their story seems to suggest that maybe, just maybe, the most valuable thing you can build isn't a product at all, it's knowledge.